Guys, welcome back to our channel Get Well Soon. In this video, we are going to discuss a new type of scheduling algorithm, that is shortest job first scheduling algorithm. This is the 21st video in the series of operating systems, so if you haven't watched them, make sure you watch it. In the previous videos, we have discussed two types of scheduling algorithms, that is first come first serve and round robin. So we have discussed them, we have solved examples on them, but today's algorithm is little different because we only considered arrival time for the execution of processes. But in today's algorithm, we consider burst time for the execution of process. So let's get started with today's video and understand how shortest job first works. So shortest job first is a CPU scheduling algorithm used in operating system for the execution of process. The main idea is to schedule the process with the smallest execution time next among the process in the ready queue. So you know how the process will get into the ready queue based on the arrival time, right? Once the process arrives to the ready queue, and from that ready queue you select the process which has smallest execution time next, which means whichever has the smallest burst time from the ready queue is selected. So to tell you simply, it is nothing but process which have shortest burst time are scheduled first. Okay. So when I say shortest burst time are scheduled first, one of the advantage is minimizing average waiting time. See, in the ready queue, because shortest jobs are completed more quickly, then the waiting time, the amount the other processes are waiting, will be reduced. The time the other processes are waiting will get reduced, allowing the other process to start sooner. So when you calculate the average waiting time, then it will be less when compared to other scheduling algorithms. Similarly, average turnaround time is also less. What do you mean by turnaround time? The total time taken to execute a process. So turnaround time depends on two things. One is waiting time and execution time. Since in SJF we take smallest execution time task first, so execution time is reduced. Eventually, because of this, waiting time is reduced, and turnaround time depends on both of them, waiting time and execution time. Because these two are reduced, the average turnaround time is also reduced when you compare with other scheduling algorithms. Because shortest jobs are executed sooner, completing faster overall. Understand? So this is one more advantage. Similarly, the system throughput is also increased. Throughput means number of process completed per unit of time. So out of all the process available in the ready queue, you will immediately choose the smallest first, making more process to complete in a minimum unit of time. So the number of process is increased when you calculate per unit of time in shortest jobs first. Because of that, the CPU time is free to handle more process in a given time frame. So there are three advantages of shortest job first, that is minimizing average waiting time, minimizing average turnaround time, and improving the system throughput. So these are the three advantages. And we have one more major advantage in shortest job first scheduling algorithm, that is starvation. Now let's understand starvation. Consider this is the ready queue. You have two long process and one short process. So obviously from the SJF type of scheduling, the shortest job will be selected. Now consider a scenario where one more shortest job comes. So these two will keep waiting, this gets executed and this will be waiting in the ready queue. Similarly, one more shortest job arrives. So at this point also these two will be waiting. So in shortest jobs first, when shorter jobs are keep on adding to the ready queue, the longer process will be waiting and starving. So this concept is known as starvation. There might be a time where this long process have to wait for a long period of times and may or may not get a chance to execute, right? So this point is known as starvation. This is the major disadvantage of shortest job first. Shortest job first scheduling algorithm can lead to starvation, which means a situation where long process may never get CPU time if there are always shorter process arriving, as discussed earlier. Since shortest jobs are always prioritized, longest job may continually push back in the queue, waiting indefinitely for their turn to execute. And this we call it as starvation. The longer jobs which are pushed back in the queue are being starved. So this is the term we give for waiting continuously. So this is totally unfair and inefficient to the system because the longer process, maybe important process, will sometimes not get the chance to execute, right? So this is not fair and this is not inefficient in the system. So this is a very main disadvantage of shortest job first. Moving ahead, shortest job first is both non-preemptive and preemptive scheduling algorithm. So let's recall preemptive and non-preemptive, how it works in SJF. So getting started with preemptive. So if a new process arrives with shortest burst time than the current one running, then preemptive As I said, preemptive, it can interrupt the running process. So current running process is stopped, is resumed, and new process allowed to execute. Once the new process completes its execution, wherever we stopped the previous process, that will be resumed. To get resumed, it requires keeping track of remaining time for each process, re-evaluating the decision whenever the new process arrives. And the preemptive mode of shortest job first is known as shortest remaining time first algorithm, that is SRTF. Moving ahead, we have non-preemptive. Non-preemptive is very simple. Once a process is assigned to CPU, it runs to completion without interruption. You cannot interrupt the process. If a process comes with less burst time, it has to wait until this currently running process completes its execution. So new process may join in the queue, but just has to wait until the current running process completes its execution. So this is non-primitive and this is primitive. Moving ahead, now which process to schedule when two processes are having the same burst time? So when two processes are having the same burst time, then we use first come first serve scheduling algorithm to break the time. So I hope you understood the concept of shortest job first. If you have any doubts, make sure you comment below. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Get soon.